Well, welcome folks. Spot of Nerd here with a brand new episode that I am going to designate the catch-up episode because my god, do we have a lot to catch up on.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
And I figured what a better way to do it than literally a week before the greatest time of year, better than Christmas, better than any holiday ever. It is none other than San Diego Comic-Con 2026, and yours truly, Spot of Nerd, will be attending all 4 days, minus preview night. I hope you guys will join us. I'm gonna give you all the craziness that is gonna go on. The floor, the exhibit hall, buying an immense amount of shit that I absolutely don't need, but at the same time I do need it. And of course we're going to be meeting up with the crew, Carlton, Sam, Richard, and you're going to meet our newest member, Nicole. It's going to be a blast in San Diego, California, but in the meantime I figured there's so much to talk about before we get to that I figured let's do it right here, right now, before we kick off San Diego Comic-Con, because England, my boys, how we got here is, I can't even explain. It's just insanity. And you know, there's been so many movies, I figured I would give you guys kind of a yay or a nay if you should watch it. I'll just kind of blitz through a list, and then we'll talk about the controversy currently going on around some other stuff, aka Supergirl, the DC universe, or as we like to call now, the Dead Cinematic Universe. And then we have Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. You know, it was only a matter of time before his True Colors came out. I figured we would talk about it because it is quite the debate, the topic at hand right now in relation to the big summer blockbusters. I mean, my gosh, you even have Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out also after that. But there's a lot to get into. I hope you'll stick around. I will try to keep this as condensed as I possibly can, but I super appreciate you guys for watching and checking this out. Let's get the ball rolling. Right out of the gate, I'm trying this new Insta360 Luna Ultra. You'll notice I've got the little speaker attached to my hat because I kind of want to test it out. You guys let me know, is the audio coming in clear? I'll try to edit it a little bit here and there, but this thing has a remote that I can pull off. It's fucking amazing. I really do recommend it if you're looking for new hardware. You guys will let me know. Just put it in the comments, and of course, if you haven't already, I would love you all so much. Give me the subscribes, follow me everywhere you can, and of course, like, subscribe, follow, blah 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 blah. Broken record, it's Spot of Nerd, it's what we do here, and I appreciate every single one of you that do, especially those 3 or 4 of you that still watch and or listen, which you can also do that through Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the whole 9 yards.
A few moments later.
Super duper and the pooper appreciate it. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. So let's do this. Let's just get the ball rolling.
See what you did there?
World Cup 2026. Holy hell, has it been a ride. I'm very proud of my heritage. I'm very proud to be English. And especially when it comes to football, I am not a sports person whatsoever. If you look back when it was Mexico versus England in the Azteca, so much was against us and we were able to pull through, which was just, it really made your heart warm, and you were just, there's not enough words to describe the awesome that was. So much were going against us. We were down a player for half the game pretty much. The Azteca is like 10,000 feet in the sky or something like that, and we were able to pull it off and win. It was, I mean, just no words. Broken record, Spot of Nerd. No words to describe the awesome. If you're rooting for a team, I would hope, pray, cross fingers, you are rooting for. Hold on, folks. Just a second here. Because if you actually watched the England game, the semifinal, it was a semifinal, right? The Argentina game. What the actual fuck? This is one of the horrible things about being an English supporter, an English football supporter, is the fact that when we get to a tournament like the World Cup, we absolutely shit our pants. I'm not going to go into it right now. If you watch the game, you absolutely know. All I know is the semifinal game between France, 6 goals, 4 up before the half. What the actual fuck, England? What the actual fuck? I'm proud of you guys, but as a fan, and I know I speak for the rest of the country, fucking get your shit together. We are so fed up with you guys at this level, and you show up at this level. Fucking Buckety fuck beans. Now that leaves us into what I'm gonna call yes or no, maybe a little bit of a blurb as to why you should or you should not watch a very long list of movies, because we are Spot of Nerd. We review stuff here that hopefully I can save you time and money, even if it's on streaming and it's free for you. But let's go down a list of some of the most recent films that I've seen. Finally had the time to watch. Going down the list right out of the gate, Pressure. That was the one that starred Brendan Fraser. It is the World War II film. You know, they're trying to plan D-Day and they're trying to plan it around the weather. I recommend it. Very good film, especially if you are into the World War II era type films. I think Brendan Fraser did an amazing job. It's not gory. You know, there's a little bit of violence there. This is nothing compared to like a Saving Private Ryan. It's very unique. Again, they're choosing the weather of all things to go do this movie with. Definitely recommend it. It's on streaming. Check out Pressure right now if you are looking for something to watch. Obsession, let's be honest, everybody and their mother has either seen it and or been talking about Obsession. Yes, it is incredible. I don't know if it's amazing to the point of what people are like, oh my god, it's like the best thing since sliced bread. I really like, sure, it was a good film. I don't know if it was that good, but I would say if you're looking for something to watch, check it out. It's pretty creepy in terms of like, I'm pretty confident this is reality in some relationships, but ultimately it did a great job. And I think you have to give credit to, I think the director was in his early 20s and they spent like, what was it, like 17 million to make this film or something like that, and it's already made 300 million. So incredible job. Proof you don't need Hollywood to make great stories, and not only that, but also make a shit ton of money. So Obsession, definitely recommend, check it out, obviously right now if you can. Backrooms, another one of those, I guess classified as a low budget movie, but at the same time it did star the guy who played the bad guy in Firefly. He's also been, I can't remember his name, just look at the cast, he's pretty famous. Backrooms, my understanding, is based off of a video game. Pretty creepy stuff. Very well done film, low budget, that has made $1 bazillion at the box office, that didn't involve Hollywood. Just a really good film. If you like that type of freakish, nightmarish like esque movies, Backrooms, highly recommend for sure checking out. Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I would recommend, yes, you go watch it if you have a strong stomach. It is quite gnarly in terms of gore and violence, and this is not Brendan Fraser's Mummy. This is fucked up Mummy. So just go check it out, watch the trailer. I won't go too much into depth other than, yes, I would recommend it, but just maybe don't eat dinner before you watch Thomas the Tank Engine after. You're welcome. Balls Up, which is a streaming movie only on Amazon Prime, stars Mark Wahlberg and of course the other guy that you've seen in Cobra Kai. Stay as far away from that film as you possibly can. Absolute dog shit. I'm not even gonna go beyond that. I got a list of everything here, so let's keep going. Hokum, which stars the main actor from Severance, Apple TV. It's one of the greatest witch stories I've ever seen in my life in terms of a film. If there is again, there's a lot of horror genre coming out right now that are doing exceptional work. Obsession, Backrooms. Hokum is another one. I would almost put Hokum at the top of that list. Again, it's about witches and possession and really kind of like haunted hotel type stuff. Very well done, incredible story, and I'll tell you what, I promise you, hand on my heart, you will sleep with the light on because it's that creepy and disturbing. But definitely check out Hokum for sure. Let's see, Masters of the Universe. I'm sure there's been a lot of discussion around that already. I think it's already lost. It's officially one of the worst flops in Hollywood history. I think it's already lost about $200 million. Look, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I am saying it's a terrible film. If you just want something bing, bang, boom, something to watch, reminiscent of your childhood, the old 80s cartoon, check it out. If you're not familiar with He-Man and that genre, that type of stuff, don't waste your time. It's really that simple. Let's see, Scary Movie 6 just might be one of the worst films I've ever seen in my entire life, so avoid that at all costs. I'm not saying these movies are Oscar worthy, but let's be real, Scary Movie, there are good ones. There are funny ones. This one is a mitigated disaster, and I truly believe it is up to that par of If you follow the channel, if you follow the history, I believe Zoolander 2 probably might be one of the, if not the worst films ever made, followed by Dumb and Dumberer, which again, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels reprised their role to do a sequel to their film. Whenever this happens, and whenever you get to like movie 6 and movie 7, it's very rare that you can keep going on a positive level. Mission Impossible was one of those rarities where I thought it was actually pretty good. Just stay as far away from this film, this franchise, as you possibly can. It's dead, it's done, it's over. Stop. These whole reboots and reboots on top of reboots of old films, just, it needs to stop. It's absolute dog shit. Over Your Dead Body, another great, I guess you would call it a horror drama parody comedy type thing. It stars the guy from, he's obviously the main star in Apple TV's The Therapy Show. I'm really bad with names. Just look up Apple TV Therapy Show. He's the main actor. He's married to this gal. They're trying to kill each other. It's actually, it's one of those it's like a horror rom-com, interestingly enough, but it's very well done. Like, production value is pretty good, and it's just kind of funny. It's graphic, it's violent, but actually has a pretty decent story behind it. And if you ever watched, which I think I put down here, Ready or Not 1 and 2. So there's 2 films. There was Ready or Not, and then there was Ready or Not Here I Come, something like that. There's this new gal, the main actress, the blonde gal. Couldn't tell you her name to save my life. Again, it's Spot of Nerd is what we do here. But if you are just looking for something fun to watch that has a little bit of scare, a little bit of horror, a little bit of comedy, but has really good production value, not only is Over Your, it was Over Your Dead Body, and then Ready or Not 1 and 2. Check them out. I know you can stream Ready or Not 1 and 2 on Hulu right now if you've got Hulu. Check it out. You know, the first film, Ready or Not, the blonde gal literally has to survive this family who are devil worshippers that live forever, and she literally has to play hide and seek and survive the night in order to make sure she doesn't die and lives forever. Check them out, all of them, 3 of them so far, 5, 7, 8, 9. We still got a lot to go. Bear with me. Hang tight with me, folks. I promise we're about halfway there, but it's worth it. And then we'll get to the other fun stuff. Toy Story 5. I did a review, go check it out. I recommend you check it out, but at the same time, Disney, you're getting crafty with your woke bullshit, your woke DEI bullshit. Trust me, if you're paying attention, it's there. Ultimately though, it is Toy Story. It's still a good film. Check it out if you got kids. Or if you don't, it's Toy Story. Just check it out. The Death of Robin Hood. Hugh Jackman nailed this role. Obviously, Hugh Jackman is getting older. He looks old as sin right now, especially if you've obviously seen, Deadpool and Wolverine. There's a lot of discussion with the movie. It's very graphic. Kind of hard to understand, it's very thick Scottish, Northern Ireland, I think, accent-ish type stuff. But ultimately, if you know the history of Robin Hood, this tells the end of that story, and I think it's very well done. Probably not for everybody, but if you are looking for something a little bit more serious, if you're a fan of Hugh Jackman and the story of Robin Hood, definitely recommend checking it out. Coming down the list, Project Hail Mary speaks for itself. It got rave reviews at the box office. It is a masterpiece. It is currently streaming on Amazon Prime. If you have it, definitely check it out if you're into sci-fi. Gosling meets a rock and you'll cry your eyes out. Lo and behold, enough said. Coming down almost at the end, folks, I promise. 28 years later, The Bone Temple, avoid it at all costs. Minus the last scene, spoiler alert, where we actually do merge these films with the original 28 Days Later, because of course you get to see Jim, aka Cillian Murphy. They're trying to go for the grotesque in this movie. There's absolutely no story whatsoever, and it's cringe almost to watch from the story, not just the graphicness, just the story. So 28 days late, 28 years later, and then there was 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Just not really vibing with those at all. And it's a kind of a disappointment because I am a big fan of the 28 days, years, weeks later type movies. This one, just don't waste your time. It's not worth it. The Rip, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are back together. Another cop duo, just very stupid story, pointless movie. I wouldn't even bother wasting your time because it is free, obviously on Netflix if you're streaming it, but just avoid it. It's stupid, it's dumb. Turn to Silent Hill. If you ever watched the first Silent Hill, movie is disturbing as fuck. I believe this is a sequel to that movie. I know there's been some rip-offs here and there, but this was like a full production film, Return to Silent Hill. It was okay. Very depressing, very sad, depressing movie, but very well done from a cinematography standpoint. Some creepy ass demon type shit. So if you're into that, I would recommend it, but otherwise kind of avoid it. Send Help, which of course stars Rachel McAdams, which used to be somebody quite that I was into, not only from the beautiful standards, but again, another movie that's 2 hours that could have been easily about 35 minutes. It's just tragically horrible from the way they filmed it to the way it was acted. It's just stupid as hell. So avoid that one at all costs. War Machine, starring Reacher himself, Amazon Prime's Reacher. Another big bang boom film. If you're into that type of shit, it's very much Terminator meets Reacher. If you like that type of shit, why not? I thought it was decent. It's worth a watch. I'll probably never watch it again. Let that be. Take it with a grain of salt. They Will Kill You. Oh yeah, that was another one. So HBO Max. It's a movie that has Malfoy from Harry Potter. It's another one of those movies about the devil and how these people are living forever, but they have to sacrifice people. And it's this mother trying to reconnect with her daughter, and just to save you a lot of hassle, just avoid it at all costs. It's dumb as shit. The Super Mario Galaxy movie, I did a review. I think I did a review. Go check it out. Fucking amazing. Go watch it. Anybody that says that it's a terrible movie are just dumb as hell. They don't know what good is. They don't know what great is. And the Super Mario Galaxy film is just, if not better than the first film. You heard it from me, spotofnerd. Devil Wears Prada 2, fuck that shit in the ass. Quite frankly, the Devil Wears Prada, the first movie, I actually loved and adored. The second movie is a simple copy and paste. Avoid it at all costs. Take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, you might want to watch it if you enjoyed the first movie just to see why they redid this. It's another one of those stupid ass, like, 20 years later, let's go ahead and make a sequel for whatever fucking reason. That's this movie right here, Devil Wears Prada 2. It is a waste of your time. Don't bother. We had Mortal Kombat 2. Did not get the credit it deserved. Just as good as the first, especially if you're into the movie, the franchise, the games, the video games, stuff like that. Definitely recommend Mortal Kombat 2. Jack Ryan, Ghost War, which is, I believe, the final, maybe, continuation of the Jack Ryan series featuring Jim from The Office. Very well done. Continuing the epicness that this show was. I believe it did 5 seasons on Amazon, and this of course now is a movie. I recommend it, especially if you're into the series. It just continues the story and is very well done. Very kind of MacGyver-esque type shit, but beautifully, like, it's nice when these movies are streaming, you know, Amazon or Hulu, whatever it is, because not only can you save your money, but you don't have to like waste your time looking for it online, and you just know where it's at. So Jack Ryan, definitely recommend checking that one out. And last but not least, I just watched, just today, Evil Dead Burn. Now, you have to be a fan of the Evil Dead franchise. You know, there was a show, there was the old school films, and of course they've obviously rebooted these. There was Evil Dead Rise a couple years ago, I believe, which was just as amazing. Evil Dead Burn, fucking incredible, people. Go and watch it. If you're into the gore, if you're into the graphicness, that is what Evil Dead is. It's about demons and possession and the devil and just insane amount of gore. You're gonna fucking love this movie. And they did a superb job. Like, Evil Dead Rise, I thought was incredible. Even though, yeah, they did throw a little woke DEI stuff in there, it was still amazing. This, it's a completely different story. At the same time, they are starting to tie these stories together. I won't spoil that, you can find out for yourself. But ultimately, the way they filmed this movie, the way they kind of did the demons and the gore this time was so fucked up, so messed up in the best way possible, that I will simply, without spoiling anything, tell you, go and check out Evil Dead Burn. You will not be disappointed. I know this is a longer one, but hey, I wanted to get all this information in because let's wrap up this episode as we move into the greatest time of year, San Diego Comic-Con, which, by the way, just to show you how excited I am, I even bought new underwear, Rick and Morty underwear, because that's just what you do for Comic-Con.
You were literally too stupid to insult. Thank you.
And I just, cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. To wrap up, let's get into some controversial topics, of course, around Supergirl, James Gunn just destroying everything he touches, and Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, which is, I believe, quote me if I'm wrong, the most downvoted trailer / content in recorded history. And we all know why, because both Supergirl and The Odyssey are completely different in terms of their franchise and production companies, blah 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 blah. But once again, it always comes down to what? DEI multiculturalism, and woke political bullshit. Supergirl, DCU's second film, or third, whatever the fuck it is, by James Gunn, complete mitigated disaster. Maybe I'll do a review in the future, who knows, I don't know. It did so bad that it is already coming to digital release in literally 2 weeks. I think it's the end of July. It didn't even make a single month in theaters because of just how bad it is. And it is James Gunn's fault. It is DC's fault. But ultimately, it is once again repeat, recycle, reuse. Woke ideological bullshit. I'm not going to shy away from this anymore. I'm really not. I'm going to be respectful, but I'm not going to shy away from the fact that we as the audience, as the fan base, are really starting to win this war, because we'll even talk a little bit about Doomsday here in a second, because Marvel is no different. Even though they're trying to correct a lot of their mistakes, they're just continuing down the same path. So with Supergirl, just to summarize it, they are literally trying to promote Supergirl as, you know, women rule, dogs drool, when you have when you're basically an alcoholic. Like, at least with Wonder Woman, with Gal Gadot, you had somebody that was inspirational, who was incredibly identical to the character as far as appearance. At least they kept to what Wonder Woman was. And I give credit, I'm not a Snyder bro, but I do believe when it came to the Snyderverse, they did it properly. So when it came to Supergirl and James Gunn, everybody knew it is simply copy and paste Guardians of the Galaxy, except this time, after the failure of Superman. Let's be very clear, Superman was a failure. It maybe broke even from the financial aspect. Supergirl is a complete mitigated disaster. It has flopped. It has lost, I think at this moment in time, over $150 million, and has now set the precedent that the DCU, the dead cinematic universe, is truly dead. Any future film, Man of Tomorrow supposedly is going to be the next film after Clayface, which, let's be very clear, nobody, the normies, are not going to go watch Clayface because they don't have a fucking clue who it is. It's also a prequel, which, who gives a shit? But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, all the controversy around, you know, the interviews, the hype, the marketing leading up to Supergirl, it was all about LGBTQ. It was all about female empowerment. We don't need a man. It was also about Christian fathers suck. Gee, you wonder why your movie failed? This isn't rocket science anymore, and I am so happy to watch these things crumble and fail to the ground, because it also just continues the fact that James Gunn has absolutely no idea what he's doing, and it is that we're literally that close, people, to making sure that he is fired, and hopefully will never touch any of these franchises, let alone studios, ever again. I'm not discrediting Guardians. Since Guardians, that's it. James Gunn is a complete useless piece of dog shit when it comes to directing. If you have any other view behind that, you might want to look in the mirror and reevaluate yourself from your own fan base, because let's be very clear, the DC universe is dead. Broken record, spot of nerd. Any future, you may as well just fire Gun, pause whatever you're doing, give it to somebody else, let it kind of sit for a few years, and then reignite it with a Batman and a Superman movie. Plain and simple. Or, and I mean this again as a non-Snyder bro, just let Snyder take over again, because I thought those were some of the most amazing films ever. Man of Steel, even Batman vs Superman, I really thought they were incredible movies, and I wanted to see them progress forward. Don't know why they stopped, but lo and behold, James Gunn is proving once again that he is, no pun intended, dog shit, because nobody gives a shit about that fucking dog. The fucking dog, I forget, was it Crypto? Is it Crypto? The fucking dog, the CGI dog. I've never in my life, when it came to like dogs, hated a character, if you want to classify him as a character, so much, other than Crypto. Fuck that dog so bad. And I'll simply just end you with that. Transitioning over to the Doomsday side of it with Marvel. Again, we're only a few months away. Doomsday comes out in what is it, Christmas time of this year? Not only is absolutely nobody talking about this movie, but of course we're starting to get a little bit of sneak peeks. There was a major leak. I encourage you, if you want to be spoiled completely, there is an official story leak of what Doomsday is going to be, and I encourage you to read it without context, without spoilers. All I'm going to say is this: if it is in fact turns out to be true, reading what the synopsis of this Doomsday film is going to be, Marvel has learned absolutely nothing. And they just released momentarily the new promo picture, which of course is got some of the characters that we're going to be seeing in this movie. I've said this before and I'll say it 1,000 times. I've said it in the past with other reviews. The characters that they're bringing in, from the Thunderbolts to the Fantastic Four, blah 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 blah, even some of the old Fox X-Men characters, which you can see in this promo image, Nightcrawler, Mystique. This movie looks fucking horrible, and you know, last but not least, Disney is petrified. And hear me out here, because in the promo we see Steve Rogers in a t-shirt and jeans, because obviously we've had another Captain America step into the grounds of the famous suit, the shield, etc. And you know Disney Marvel is petrified to put that suit onto the real Captain America. And I mean that, and I will say that full context, bluntly, whatever the words are. Steve Rogers is Captain America. Falcon is not. This Captain Falcon America, whatever you want to call it, is not Captain America. It is Falcon. It is as simple as that. And you can just see it. The fact that you're putting Steve Rogers in a fucking t-shirt and jeans only proves that Marvel has learned absolutely nothing. And that movie is going to fail epically. And I cannot wait. I really, really cannot wait. To finish it up, and I promise you guys, this is the last but not least, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Let's be very clear, very simple. You put Ellen Page in the movie, and you also of course did the race swaps, and you wonder why it is the most downvoted trailer / marketing content in history of social media. I don't believe this film is going to flop. It's a Christopher Nolan movie. It's not gonna flop. But I can promise you right here and now that the fans of Christopher Nolan have looked at this, they're reading the content, they're reading the marketing, what's been going on, the interviews, etc. They're seeing the trailer that has Ellen Page in it, and they're going, yeah, I might wait, I'll wait for the streaming, because quite frankly, Christopher Nolan, for the first time in his career, at least that I've known, he has shown his full cards. He's shown his card, and those cards are woke, ideological, political bullshit. It's as simple as that, folks. It really, really is. Not to mention, if you ask me, it doesn't look the best. I mean, again, they're trailers. We can't really say until we see the final product. But ultimately, if you ask me, The Odyssey, it might break even. This movie cost $250 million to make. Marketing alone is probably equivalent, if not a little bit less. This movie will need to make at least $700 million just to break even. I don't know if it can do that. I really don't. Will I go watch it? Probably not. Not because of the race swap or the Ellen Page aspect. I just don't really have any care to watch The Odyssey. I read it as a kid. I know there's a bazillion interpretations. I believe for the controversy behind it right now is the adaptation. What they're doing is the most recent off of a female artist person. You have to look this information up. Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, look up their channels. They go into a lot more in depth behind the reasoning of all this. Ultimately, I think they're just using today's culture, today's societal norms, if you want to call them norms, the woke politics, agendas, etc. And you wonder why people are pushing back. And I am so proud of everybody that is disliking and pushing back on this, because broken record, Spot of Nerd, I'm not saying this is gonna flop, but I hope it actually doesn't do well. I really do, because Hollywood needs to learn a lesson, more lessons I should say. When you continue to give us this bullshit, the audience, the fan base, we are paying attention more now than ever, and for the first time in history, we're winning this war. I don't care what anybody says, we are winning this war. Look at these flops. It is flop after flop after flop when it comes to Hollywood. Doesn't matter what studio you choose. You put Christopher Nolan on a movie and everybody is supposed to be like, oh my god, it's Christopher Nolan. You have this controversy, you kind of put your own, that last nail in the coffin, and I couldn't be more excited for it. So we'll see. Let me know your guys' 2 cents in the comments. Until then, for right now, like I said in the beginning of this video, San Diego Comic-Con 2026 is literally 1 week away, and I am Again, broken record, I cannot tell you how excited I am. I hope you guys will join me. I'm going to try to give you as much content as I possibly can. I'll do some live, every day we'll do a live update at the end of the day, and I hope you'll join me then. I'm going to buy a crazy amount of shit that I don't need, but my god, I love every piece of it, and it's going to be a blast. Let me know if you'll be there. Let's join up, let's talk, let's do some stuff, panels, etc., and, let's just have a blast. It's Comic-Con. It's the greatest time of year. But until then, folks, thank you so so much. If you've made it this far, congratulations. I really do appreciate it. Give me the likes, the comments, the subscribes, the follows. I know, broken record, it's what you gotta do with social media. I think I'm in my 40s. God knows what the fuck I'm supposed to do here. But jokes aside, I really do appreciate it. Everybody that watches and listens, it means the world to me. Until next time though, odds are we're gonna see you guys down in San Diego, California for San Diego Comic-Con 2026. Until then, folks, God, I say the same shit a lot, don't I? We'll see you then. Laters, y'all.
Laters.
P.S. End credit scene here. I actually did watch The Odyssey, and quite frankly, after the first hour, you know, you're watching this movie, you're kind of tired, you're like, oh, I've been watching this for a long time. And it's only been an hour. It's a 3-hour movie. It is what it is. Would I recommend watching it? Probably not. If you enjoy the stories, the mystical creature aspect, Troy, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, Brad Pitt did it far superior back in the 90s. And this new version, it's just another Christopher Nolan movie. It is 2 hours and 45 fucking minutes, people. Just no, absolutely not.